What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more RA content, and once again, like we did last week, it is going to be Radical Centrist playing in a very Bane color, this very light, almost coffee, creamy coffee. What's the, not a latte, a macchiato? Is that the one that's like super full of milk? I can't remember, but he is going to be the UK playing as England. Over here is going to be Maverick and his traditional, like, more golden ore color. He's also going to be allies, but he's going to be Germany. Looks like this was from an any, so we're going to have a semi-allies mirror here on Crownsbury. Well, enough, I've only ever seen this game played, or this map rather, played in Combined Arms, so I'm not sure how it's going to play in RA. It's actually a little bit weird in Combined Arms just because of, like, this ore situation over here. I think these 3 ore mines work out to about 2 total, maybe a little bit less. You got such scattered ore over here that it's just, like, really weird on your harvesting operations. Same thing on this side, like, there are a lot of extra ore around there, so you can kind of get in close to this backside here, or you can kind of be further away and get all the dense ore, but I don't know, it just really depends on what you want to do. I haven't figured out an exact good strategy for the map yet. But both these guys getting that oil derrick relatively quickly. It looks like Radical Centrist getting a nice position on that engineer and getting this hospital really quickly. Maverick going to be a little bit slower. Both these guys building a ref, so it's going to be probably double ref, maybe triple ref would not be a bad idea on this map. I'm not sure you want to go in with this hospital at all unless you already have a guy there like Radical Centrist does, just because it is so cannibalizing with these dry stone walls, which are basically sandbags. But man, Radical Centrist is going to move out just as Maverick moves in. Ooh, a nice little flank over here though. It's probably going to make Maverick pull out. I think that's actually going to be very beneficial because Maverick was about to actually take a really good engagement here. Radical Centrist pull out, pull back in, and even with the vision advantage, just the fact that you can only have 5 cells over here is just probably pretty bad. But other than that, there is nothing else to capture on this map. You have just everything in the middle, these 3 mines on the side, 2 mines on the side, and of course your 3 mine start. But it's a very open map in the sense that there's not a lot to go, but a very small map in that it's, I guess, like, I don't know how to quite describe this map. It's such a weird map to do. It's like open but closed at the same time, like very cannibalizing but also like very unrestricted. It's just like a kind of enigma, I guess I should say. But Maverick has gone for triple ref, and looks like Maverick is going to be up against Radical Centrist is 2 ref build, so some rockets coming out here, probably a good idea since there is going to be something coming out, but it is not going to be a tank, it is going to be a harvester. And I do see that there is another radar dome, so we're getting a classic Maverick game on this. Perhaps 3 ref into radar with an MC move out, probably a very late war factory. Some rockets coming out for Radical Centrist, but those aren't going to do him any good, not just yet, but they will be good once those black cards start coming out. But both these guys just kind of mirroring each other right now. Well, this engineer is just left out here, I guess, as a scout. He served his purpose. He could probably try to go in and capture this hospital. Actually, probably trying to capture this oil derrick would not be a bad thing. Looks like Radical Centrist is bringing his engineer with him, or maybe it just happened to be there. These guys are just pushing a little bit. Maybe Maverick's gonna go in here. He might be thinking about it. There is a light tank coming out, so we might see a light tank push here, but that's way too much for it. If it's gonna go in, it's gonna go in now, and it's not gonna get anything, I don't think. Although Maverick a little bit slow. Pull those rockets off there, that's alright. The pellet gun is not gonna do anything to the rifles. Oh, finally getting some crushes in there. And now that light tank is basically spent, it's got 1 more rocket of damage before it is completely toast. The helipads are out, and they're very far forward again. I'm not sure I like that. MCV is going to the north. That is right where Radical Centrist has this little bit of armies. Oil derrick is going to go down. His did go down as well, I believe. Yes, it did. And now Radical Centrist is going to push back. And Maverick is going to rally all of his stuff back. Okay, it was a very long attack move command. It's going right into his base. I mean, kind of revealing himself that he's here, but Radical Centrist is actually not prepared for this. Although that pillbox will change things. And now he's going to get collapsed upon. Yeah, that was just a bad rally over there. But the Blackhawks are out, and this could be dirty. There's a lot of good rockets for him to get, and they are on the move. 2 down, 3 down. Can I see 4? I do see 4, barely. Gets a few rockets of damage on it, but probably pays it off. Army values are looking pretty close, but that Blackhawk is making the difference there. About 2k more for Maverick than Radical Centrist right now, but the destroyed loss is looking still pretty good for Radical Centrist. Both those Blackhawks now out now, and if he cycles them well, I think he can keep Radical Centrist back on his toes. Some insane lag by GG. Goodbye, GG. You will be missed. Not sure if he was lagging or something else, but this hospital is going to go down. And unfortunately for Radical Centrist, this is kind of a really hard map against this kind of build. I feel like you don't have a whole lot of starting ore. Your ore is very far away, so these Blackhawks could be very dangerously if they were camping. I like that he is attempting to scout with a light tank here, just trying to see if he can get those Blackhawks. And he's going to be very sneaky, pushing this MCD onto like the very edge of the map and then coming back in. So I think he might get away with this, although this light tank doing weird stuff might cue him in if there's an MC over here, but probably shouldn't be able to know that. I mean, that'd be like very, very big brain play. But I do think occasionally scouting these these ore spots would be good. You know, maybe leaving a few rifle scouts over here, just so you know, if he's not over here and haven't triggered the rifle scouts, then he has to have gone over here, or just not expanded. And not expansion would be death, so. But Maverick's gonna go in here. Oh, there's an A gun. It was low power, but it is back up. It loses its range in sight, but I think that is gonna be enough to keep him alive here. And yes, with those extra vision provided from the units, the A gun does kill both those Blackhawks, saves the ref, and cleans up huge there. That is unfortunate for Maverick. It is really bad into destroy loss now. That is looking really good for Radical Centrist there. The army value is only double, and it is very early, and a few more Blackhawks could make all the difference here. Maverick is starting to get up his eco. He's got 5 over here, but he doesn't have a whole lot of army. In fact, what little army he does have is on the right side while this attack is coming in, but he is already placing pillboxes, which will be great. There's only one medium tank here, and I think honestly this pillbox could probably deal with it with some good micro. There is a lot of ranked up units though, so I'm not sure. I don't think this attack is going to go well for Radical Centrist. I think he might just trade armies back into even here. You can see that there is a little bit micro on that pillbox as well. Another Blackhawk coming in. This could be all the difference. Assuming it doesn't instantly get popped. It does instantly get popped. Oh, that is huge. Another pillbox going down, but I think Radical Centrist can actually just push through here. But no, he decides to wait. He's maybe going for the harvesters. Gets one harvester. That is nice. And now he's going to roll out. I mean, not a terrible decision to roll out there. He got what he really wanted, which was the harvester. 3 harvesters up here for him, and he's expanded over here, but Maverick is over here with that army. He's going to get a harvester for free. Getting this MC would be pretty big. Looks like Radical Centrist is on his game. He is going to run it right away. Does he have anything follow up? He has 5 rockets and a medium tank. I'm sure there's more rifles coming, but he is stalled on cash. That is actually huge. Another medium tank over here. Oh, and another medium tank in his flank. I do like that. Blackhawk going down again. So far, Maverick has not found the success he needs with these Blackhawks, but this little flank army is actually pretty good. It's going to get a lot of harvesters over there if it gets in at a good time, which I think it will. Oh, this pillbox is in a dangerous spot. It's going to shred a lot of these infantry. Oh, man, they are just on the wrong move right there. The tank out of position, and that was the angle the Radical Centrist needed to get back into this. There's a few stuff back. He cannot build this. Oh, he gets so lucky. Radical Centrist shooting at the exact time that Blackhawk came out. Oh, and it barely survives as well. Cannot land. No, don't land. Don't land. Oh, yes, you have to stay alive. You have to run away. He has no SD to deal with it, unfortunately. And now here on the backside, it looks like 1 harvester did go down. Maybe 2. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check in a second, but that army did get cleaned up. It is 4 over 6 harvesters, so I think only one of those harvesters went down. And this medium tank in the back did get a harvester as well, so both these guys having their eco sapped by these little attacks right here. I think Radical Centrist is in a little bit better position, but he does not have a whole lot of eco left here. He has to establish here. It looks like he did establish, saved a few of those harvesters, and sent them down. And that will be the difference maker here. Maverick is basically on 1 MCV, man. Even getting that medium tank out of there. Radical Centrist is just playing some really good RRA. I'm really enjoying these games that I casted in, which, you know, always can depend on him for a good game. Maverick too, I feel like his games against Gargamel was pretty good. Last game against Radical Centrist was pretty good. This one's shaping out to be an interesting match. He's definitely on the back foot right now. That doesn't mean he cannot come back. One bad attack from Radical Centrist is all he needs. It looks like Radical Centrist is like pushing all of his army all over the place right now, so easily getting overspread could be a problem for him. 2 Blackhawks here. Ooh, and a mechanic. That's interesting. I'm just trying to heal up some of these harvesters. Goodbye, technician. You're getting crushed. These Blackhawks are probably going to see the rockets here, which is nice, and see that there is a little army sneaking in. You should be able to do it. He's deathballing pretty hard. Radical Centrist is kind of in a weird spot here. Man, a lot of rifles just getting gobbled up right here. There's a few rockets left here, but good micro control on those Blackhawks. And another one coming in. I don't think these rockets are longer these world. You can definitely take all of those on. There's 1, 2, and 3 getting 1 shot off. And then a bunch of rifles are going to go down. So this is definitely going to even things out. And look at that. The army values are the same. Destroyed loss is very close as well. Yeah, I think Radical Centrist is trying, but it's just not finding the angle he needs. These Blackhawks are being super annoying. even getting a free medium tank through the middle. Mechanic patching up a medium tank a little bit. I did see that medium tank just pop off that SD, so it did get fully healed, which is nice. But now Maverick has to be careful. He doesn't have any armor, and there's a lot of armor on the field, so if this engagement goes wrong, or if it goes under the umbrella of an AA gun that can quickly swing the game, these Blackhawks are really what's keeping him in, and this one is on a shred of health. A stiff cough could blow it away. But it looks like Radical Centrist has pushed past this expansion into Radical Centrist's Maverick expansion, rather, and that could be the difference maker here. This is a lot of armor for him to deal with, and there's no armor for Radical Centrist. He doesn't even need to build rockets. He can just build tanks. That is kind of crazy. You don't see that too often in RA, and the Crushers are going to come in now, and they're going to be pretty good, I feel like. Yes, they are. That is another huge swing. 5,000 over 8K. So it's quite a stark difference there after a 10K difference that was right before that battle. I saw an artillery. It's still alive. It is still alive. So tier 2 is out for Radical Centrist as well. So Maverick is definitely continuing to be on the back foot. He has to wrestle this away from him, but I just don't think he's focusing on it right now. He is still on 1 MCV and is still over on this left side. Does he even have a War Factory yet? I don't think he does, but it is currently ready. So that will probably be a big transition. If he can start getting some tanks out, I think he can help stabilize. He's got the Blackhawks lead for now. I'm sure Radical Centrist will eventually be working on it. But yeah, there is one and an MC moving out, and Radical Centrist is going for the death kill here. He's gonna start base pushing right into here, his only lifeline. Although there is, I guess, this ore patch in the middle that I completely forgot. The Radical Centrist did not forget about, and neither has Maverick. This could be a pivotal lifeline. I think there's probably about 8K in money there. Blackhawk getting some more rockets, nice, and now there is light tanks, so you know this is going to be a little bit better to kill all the rockets. Oh, A gun coming on the backside as well. Luckily for Maverick, that Blackhawk is just outside of range. It looks like both these guys are forming up for a pretty big attack here. I don't know if Radical Centrist can do this, just that if he's building another AA gun, which he is, this could be very, very bad. He might just get pushed off this expansion, but there is a single artillery, and we all know how big artillery can be, and that's a decent first shot, but it does go down to the Blackhawks in the backside, and yes, Radical Centrist is going to get pushed off this expansion really quickly. Even working down that medium tank, I think that is a great idea. MC is going to try to get out of dodge, and his own Blackhawks are coming in, but pretty much instantly sniped. No, still alive, getting a ton of shots down. Actually getting some rockets on the crash as well. But does push that back. At least for now. Another Blackhawk coming in though. And I don't think there's enough rockets to deal with this. Just on the attack move. He's getting a lot of free stuff. Oh, good target fire there. But yes, Blackhawk does get away. And it can go to that SD and repair. There is an artillery here. But light tanks can definitely deal with an artillery. I think Maverick is right to pull away for now though. He has won the battle that he needed. He's got a little bit of an expansion here, and he is expanding over here instantly, which is great since this is somewhat contestable. There is a turret and a pillbox covering 2 of those mines though, so it'll have to eventually have a base there and some units to clean that out. Oh, trying to go for the ore refinery with that A gun, just barely in range. Does get an artillery for his consolation prize there. Now there is a little flank on the back here. There is a single pillbox, but with some proper micro, these light tanks and rockets could deal with that. I think this pillbox is excellently protecting these ore mines from harassment, and a lot of units on this SD from earlier getting repaired. It looks like another Blackhawk getting caught by this AA gun right here. Radical Centrist is starting to push out again, but again, there's a decent sized army from there. Both these guys actually very similar in army value, and Destroyed Loss has caught up again. So I'm not sure who's going to win this one. I'm going to go with Maverick just because he has a better mass there, but don't underestimate that artillery. Oh, but the concave is really good for Maverick. He is definitely going to collapse upon this. This artillery does go down as well, so yes, Maverick is going to take this engagement rather convincingly. Losing a lot of armor in the process, but so did Radical Centrist. I do hear that there is some pellet guns going on in the back. 3 light tanks on a harvester. That harvester is probably going to go down. There is not a whole lot here for Radical Centrist. He does have these medium tanks, and they are finally getting into the fight. But yes, this harvester is going to go down. There's 4 harvesters here. Might lose the second one before this actually reinforces that area. Now he's going to push on this left side, but it should be okay. He's got just enough here. Although losing this A gun is unfortunate. Probably wants to keep that alive. This Blackhawk could actually probably wipe everything here. Oh, and then up here, this little expansion is getting wrestled away from Radical Centrist. I think Maverick is starting to call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback just yet, because Radical Centrist is tier 3, and Tanya can definitely change things, even with Blackhawks on the field. But he is starting to take a lot of damage here. That is a lot of eco that is gone. He's down to 6 harvesters, so he must have had 10 harvesters, which is kind of crazy. Oh, little rifle engagement here in the middle, and a medium tank getting in here. There's Blackhawks that could probably kill that off, but I think Maverick will be okay. This army up here is a huge threat. There's no harvesters harvesting over here. It's basically this right here, which is really keeping him alive right now. Medium tank going to go down right here. Blackhawk comes in. Oh, just does not have enough ammo to do it. Looks like there is another hill pad over here, which is nice. I see this army is on the flanks here just as another harvester gets established. Doesn't look like Radical Centrist has much of anything over there. His army is not sure where it's at. Is it all in Blackhawks right now? It's 13k. He's got a lot of medium tanks, I suppose, too. And there's unfortunately a tank driving right through that turret field of fire. And some more Blackhawks coming in. Do take out the turret, but does lose one medium tank in the process. Now there's some vulnerable power here. Will not make a difference for this fight, but this is going to be pretty brutal. Another harvester joins it just as this army shows up. And one harvester is already popped. The second one not going to be long to this world. I don't think Battle Centrist has this on his radar at all. Yikes, his SD is over here. That is going to be an important loss, but I did hear Tanya come out. Where is she? Is she over here? She is over here. A lot of power infrastructure for Radical Centrist over here too. This might hurt him. He's got a lot of extra, but I think he's going to be very, very close if he loses all these power plants. But now the Blackhawks come in, and they will be able to clean this up. Maverick trying to retreat his guys, but yeah, they're basically dead. There's too much there. Just a little bit more damage on that ref, and that is it. But here comes the other attack over here. Tanya is running somewhere back. She was trying to kill stuff at the main base. But now with that, MCV is in a lot of trouble, and Tanya is in a very vulnerable spot because he is low power, and she goes down. Ooh, that is not good. I think Maverick has definitely mounted the comeback now. I think it is not quite over yet. There is still a lot of Blackhawks on this field for Radical Centrist, but he's starting to look in dire straits here. Maverick has just found the angle that he needed. Blackhawks versus Blackhawks. Longbow goes down. Not a whole lot of rockets left for Maverick in this attack, though, but he's slowly forcing his way through. There's one rocket left, but man, the Blackhawks go down as they try to rearm, and Maverick is just barely squeaking through here. Another rifle probably could come out, or is that maybe Tanya? It is Tanya, but there is Blackhawk right here. Does sell off, and I think that is the right move because that was not happening. Little flank over here with 3 medium tanks. Does get 1 harvester, but looks like they got distracted. Could have got 2. Unfortunate from over there. Tanya does come out again. Where did she come out? In the main base here, but right into the mouths of 3 waiting Blackhawks. That is unfortunate. She is trying to run away. I'm sure she caught a glimpse, but they caught a glimpse of her too. She cannot camouflage in those trees just fast enough. But there is a longbow. A little late to save her, but hey, taking a free Blackhawk is good. Nice little cover there from a single rocket, so it shouldn't have been too much of a worry. Probably could have gone in, but without the SD, you cannot repair it, and losing a longbow would be a huge problem right now. In fact, this longbow is going to come down here and see that there is a big infantry army that he has to worry about. You know, look at that. Radical Centrist reduced to the pellet gun tanks himself, and it is a light tank versus light tank. Eat world. Harster, long distance mining over here. Man, 4 light tanks on this back is actually going to be a problem for him. Just not finding the angle right here. Finally getting a good crush over there. Maybe that was some friendly fire, but this is going to be a huge problem with this harvester. Already almost dead. There's some rockets, a single rocket over here, but 1 harvester down. This harvester is probably going to go down too. Yes, it is going to go down, and that is going to hurt him. He's going to be down to 6 harvesters. Radical Centrist has 6. Maverick has 5. But oh man, where's this attack, and where is Tanya? She is not back over here. Somewhat of a decent Blackhawk crash. 2 longbows over here, seeing that yes, they are screwed, and I think Radical Centrist is going to be thrown in the towel relatively shortly here. He is starting to just really run out of steam. He's going to lose an MCV and his tier 3 and his SC that recently got rebuilt over here. That is unfortunate. The longbows have 2 missiles between them. They're just going to run for now. There's nothing they can do. And Radical Centrist sells up. He's got some sort of counterattack mounting over here, but I don't know how he can stop this. There's just too much stuff. He's going to have to use some harvesters. Meanwhile, these Blackhawk just have their pick of the litter. Oh man, and these light tanks over here still being a menace, killing a light tank. The Radical Centrist sit over here. Does rebuild a helipad, which is nice. The longbows are going to be able to eventually probably deal with those, but I'm not sure what he can do about this. This Little detachment over here is nice though. Yes, he is going to run all of his infantry back because he really needs to. Unfortunately, that one random rifle finding 2 rockets, no, almost 2 rockets. Ooh, and good control over there by Maverick, pulling that harvester back. That is excellent vision. Single A gun just powered down over here. Man, that rifle was being so annoying. Looks like that did get cleaned up by those Blackhawks. Their light tanks just sitting over there. Radical Centrist is basically reduced to 2 bases and 1 MCV. Ooh, longbow taking a bit of damage, but the SD is rebuilt at a timely manner. Probably should send that back too, but man, army values have got to be pretty exploding for Maverick. 20k over 10k. It is not looking good for Radical Centrist at all. Can you take this off? That would be pretty damn good. Man, he really needs to keep this light tank alive. That is his sole piece of armor. Really needs to keep this artillery alive too, but he can't power up that A gun, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he can. He's got a lot of money actually, but just not enough macro in the infrastructure department to build. And I think Radical Centrist knows that this is his end. Maverick senses it in the water as well. Blackhawks getting the artillery and a nice little flank over there. And without that artillery, I think that is going to be it for... There's not enough mass here. Trying to retreat one last time, but his MCV is in a vulnerable position, and there is GG. I agree. That was well played, Maverick. He was on the back foot for quite a bit of that game, and just somehow clawed his way back. Late to drop off the kids, yeah. Beating Radical Centrist is definitely worth being late to school. I'm sure your teacher could excuse you for that. I don't know how old these kids are, but that was a pretty damn good game. Pretty happy about that one. So that is a tit for tat, I believe. Unfortunately, there is no game 3 for this. Maybe I can drum it out later when these guys eventually play each other. But that is going to be it for this week, and I will see you all next time.
Battle control terminated.